good day. Welcome. Can you hear me? Uzman, can you hear me now? Uzman. Uzman, can you hear me now? Just change my settings. Can you hear me now? I hope you can. I think I fixed the problem. Uzman, let me know. Can you hear me now, sir? Can you hear me now? Uzman, can you hear me? I'm having a good day, man. I hope y'all having a good day as well. I hope y'all having a good day, man. One thing I want y'all to do as soon as you come in, make sure you like the video. When you come into the building, make sure you like the video. War Story said, yeah, can hear you now. Appreciate you. Welcome in, War Stories. I hope War Stories and Uzman, I hope you both are having a good day, man. Hope you both are having a good day. Let me check something out. No, that's not working. Let me see. As I said, I'm having a good day. I hope y'all are having a good day as well. Hope y'all are having a good day. I'm having a good day. Every day above ground for me is a good day. I hope y'all are having a good day as well. Michael Fleming says, good morning. I need more information. Okay, you need more information on the poll? Okay, yeah, make sure y'all take the poll too. If you need more information, click on that on the poll. Make sure you vote on the poll, Micah. Even though you need more information, click on the one that say needs more information. Be sure to like the video as well. Make sure you like the video as well. I'm just working on something real quick. Be patient with me, y'all. Just working on something real quick. Just working on something real quick. When y'all enter the building, hit up the chat. Let me know you're in the house, man. Also, make sure you take the poll. I got the poll set up. Make sure you take the poll so we can hear your thoughts, man. Make sure you take the poll. Micah Fleming said he needs more information. I got a choice on there that says if you need more information, you can go ahead and vote on that. As I talk through this live, hopefully that will be the information you need. As I speak during this live, hopefully that can give you the information to help you vote on the poll. As I said, man, I'm having a good day. So no further ado, let's get started. With no further ado, let's get started, man. Today, I'm talking about Today, I'm talking about Rodney Hinton Jr. Are y'all familiar with the name Ryan Hinton Jr.? Are you familiar with the name Ryan Hinton Jr.? Let me know if you're familiar with that name. If not, this may help you ring a bell. Ryan Hinton Jr. is the individual, the father who killed the deputy by crashing his car into him while he was standing out doing traffic. The reason they're saying he did it is the day before that, a cop killed his 18-year-old son. So an officer killed his 18-year-old son the day before. The next day, they called him down to the station to review the body cam. While he was reviewing the body cam, they said he left out early. You know, he saw what happened to his son. He left out early. And then, like a couple hours after reviewing the body, that's when they said he crashed into a deputy, killing the deputy. So I got the poll out to ask you, do you agree with Rodney Hinton taking matters into his own hands running over the police officer. What are your thoughts about that? Share in the comments, but also make sure you take the poll. Share in the comments and also make sure you take the poll. War Story said, I'd probably be more understanding if it was the actual cop that killed his son, but it was a random cop, right? Yes, see, that's the thing though too. Like, they did not release the name of the officer. There's no way he can find that out. They got a law for victims out in Ohio, War Stories. They got a law, it's called Marcy's, Marcy's Law and Crime Victims' Rights. So like crime victims are protected. You know, they don't disclose their identity. So they say cops in Ohio use this same law when they do something wrong to prevent their name from reaching the public. Officers use this victims law. It's part of the Ohio Constitution. It's called Macy's Law and Crime Victims' Rights. So it'll be the only way somebody find out who he is. I seen somebody say they post the name of the officer. They posted the name. They supposed to know who it is. So I don't know if that name was actually true or not, but it's hard to find a name. You have to really search. So the dad wasn't thinking about finding that officer. But thank you, Micah. Thank you, War Stories, for sharing that. Make sure y'all share this video. Make sure you share the video. Make sure you like the video. Share the video, like the video. Hold on. Let's see. Give me a minute, y'all. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Please bear with me. I'm checking something out. We also gonna do some follow-up, man, on Trump receiving a plane from Qatar. We also gonna talk about that as well. We also gonna talk about Trump receiving the plane from Qatar, and also the 59 white South Africans who came was accepted, welcomed with open arms into the United States as refugees. So that's some of the things. I'm having a hard time finding what I need to find, but that's okay. Be patient with me, y'all. I'm trying to find some information. I'm trying to find something on here before I continue on. Trying to find something on here before I continue on. Okay, I think this is it. Make sure y'all like the video, man. Make sure y'all like the video to show YouTube's algorithm that y'all do like the content that I'm bringing. I want to be able to do this, man. I'm trying to do it Monday through Friday, but it's going to depend on y'all support, man. I would need y'all support to do this. But dealing with Rodney Hinton, man, do anybody understand? Or do y'all totally disagree? I know, I think War Story said he would understand if he ran over the cop that actually did it. But he's saying it's a regular random dude. He don't necessarily agree with it. I want y'all to take the poll. Let me know if you agree with what the father did in avenging the death of his son when he killed the deputy. Let me know in the poll, man. Let me know how the poll. Let me know on the poll so I know what y'all think. Let me see. Okay, continue to voting, man, because so far it's only a few votes, but it's like 50-50. Continue on. So those who didn't know that story, man, that's what happened with Rodney Hinton Jr. And I want to play a videotape. I'm going to do it a little bit later. The videotape of the shooting. I think I got the videotape of the actual shooting when his son was shot by the cops. And y'all tell me, was he trying to shoot the cop? Because the cop claims that the son was trying to shoot him. Also, I wanted to, as I said, I was going to talk about the plane. I still want to hear y'all information about the plane, about Trump receiving a plane from Qatar, from an Arab nation, which it really don't matter who. Should Trump receive anything of that value from another country? Y'all let me know in the comments section. Let me know in the comments section. Yesterday, man, we had a poll. That poll went really well, man. I had hundreds of people who took the poll yesterday. And the poll was, did y'all agree with President Trump bringing in 59 white South Africans? And it was a lot of votes, man. It was some people that said they were unsure. Some people said they needed more information. And then you had some people who said that it was 42% that said, yeah, they supported that. And I think like 36 or 37% said no, it was wrong because Trump allowed these white South Africans in while at the same time he's shipping out these other individuals. Let me know, man. Make sure y'all double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. Double tap your screen. Also share this live with, share the live, man. Share the live to get other people in the building. Share the live. I know it's going to take a minute. They usually start coming in probably the next 5 or 10 minutes. But I want to thank y'all for the continued support. I thank y'all for the continued support. Man, we got a couple things I was talking about. Let me see. Let me go back to that. Let me see. Talking about, I did a poll yesterday on what did y'all think about President Trump bringing in 59 white South Africans into this country. And by the way, he did that by executive order. So these people jump past everybody else that's waiting to come into the country. And I asked, what was y'all thoughts about that? I took a poll, had like 170 or 80 votes. And out of those votes, I think 42 or 43% said they agreed with Trump. 37% said they did not agree with him bringing people in. Some people said they wasn't sure. And then some people said they needed more information. Man, if this is your first time here, this is Mark B's Perspective, where I talk about a host of different topics, man. I just talk about a host of different topics and give my perspective. And then I encourage y'all to put in the chat what you think about the topic. One of the things I talked about was Rodney Hinton Jr., the father who avenged his son's death by killing that officer. What are your thoughts about that? I want to make sure y'all take the poll on that. Make sure you take the poll on that. Let me know your thoughts. Rodney Hinton Jr. is the African-American father who avenged his son's death by killing the deputy. Let me know your thoughts on that. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that? Let me know. Let me know now where y'all at. Let me know. Let me know. Can't get that to work. That's okay. That's what I'm talking about, man. Also, the hot topic, as y'all know, I'm not really focusing on that today, but as we know that the Diddy trial is going on, there's a lot of stuff going on with the P. Diddy trial, man. A lot of testimony going on. Cassie was testifying. There's been a lot going on, man. So the prosecution is trying to prove that P. Diddy was sex trafficking. So far, all I'm hearing is a lot of abuse. I don't know if that's connected with the sex trafficking, but that's what's going on with that. P. Diddy dealing with a lot of situations with that. There's a lot of graphic stuff coming out, crazy parties that was going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. But remember, their focus is, the prosecution's focus in that case is that P. Diddy was sex trafficking, I guess Cassie and maybe even others. So that's the burden of proof that they have. But that's crazy cases going on. They've been cross-examining Cassie. She's been testifying. They even got her saying in the text that she enjoyed some of the freak-offs. So that's a whole mess going on. I do want to shout out, man, I got to shout out the African king. He's called Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Ibrahim Traoré is the one doing real good in Africa. They said he brought the debt down, and now he's doing a lot of stuff within his country. He's helping his people, but suddenly a target has been placed on his head. So that's another thing that's going on in the world, man. Keep your eyes open on that situation. They said that somebody from America, allegedly an American government, paid one of his soldiers like $5 million to off him. But he didn't do it. So he didn't do it, but he exposed the people who try to take his life. So that's going on, man. I thank y'all for coming, man. I appreciate y'all. But I'm talking about that Rodney Hinton. Rodney Hinton, the one who killed the officer, man. Let me know. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Rodney Hinton hit the officer with his vehicle, killing the officer after a cop had killed his 18-year-old son. Share your thoughts in the comments, but also take that poll, man. Make sure you take the poll so I can know what you're thinking about that situation. Would you have done the same thing, or how would you have handled it if your 18-year-old son was killed? Antonio say, "Que pasa?" Thank you. Welcome, Antonio. Welcome to the live. Appreciate you coming. I appreciate your continued support. Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure you like the video. Also share the video, man, so we can get more people in the building. Share the video so we can get more people in the building. I want to thank y'all for the continued support. If you're new to the channel, man, I want to say welcome. This is Mark B's Perspective, where I talk about a host of different topics, from President Trump and the plane that he's supposed to be receiving from Qatar, from President Trump bringing in 59 white South Africans while kicking out everybody else, immigrants, So I had a poll on that yesterday. A lot of people took that poll, man. A lot of people took that poll. But I want to say, man, it's hot outside today. Make sure you stay hydrated. So I'm gonna go ahead and drink some of this good H2O. Make sure you stay hydrated, man. When you enter this building, make sure you hit up the chat and let me know you're in the building. When you enter this live, hit up the chat, let me know you're in the building. As I said, I thank all my supporters, those who stop in, those who give comments, those who like the video. I want to thank y'all, man, for the continued support. But I was talking about Rodney Hinton Jr., and then we'll move on. But I want to make sure y'all take the poll on Rodney Hinton Jr., the father of the 18-year-old African-American teenager who was killed by the cops. And then the father avenged his death by killing a deputy. What are your thoughts about that? Make sure you take the poll. Make sure you take the poll. Also want to shout, all the good stuff they doing in Africa, especially Ibrahim Traoré. Ibrahim Traoré in Faso. What is it called? Burkina Faso. African town, a strong black leader. Keep your eyes and ears open for the name Ibrahim Traoré. Make sure you keep your eyes and ears open. He's doing a good job. Another thing, man, I was talking about is the Cassie case, man. She's on the stand today again. They doing some cross-examinations. I think the prosecution's gonna be up questioning her. She is pregnant. I showed a video on here the other day when P. Diddy attacked her. Man, that video was crazy. It was crazy when I first saw it, and it's still crazy now. But that's what is going on, man. And P. Diddy is in the fight for his life, man. And it ain't looking too good. But, they're going to continue to fight. Sometimes when you got the best lawyers, sometimes you get a good outcome. Sometimes it don't even matter who you got. But yesterday I did the poll, man, on, Trump brought the 59 white South Africans into the country. He did an executive order, by the way, too. President Trump did an executive order to allow them to just come here overnight. Antonio said, look him up. You said you look him up or me look him up? I know about him. I've been on top of him. Did you say you looked him up or you telling me to look him up? Because I'm on to his story. But thank you, though. Thank you, Antonio. Appreciate that. It said, oh, not look him up. Antonio said, lock him up. Who we locking up? Antonio, who we locking up? Talk to me, man. Who we locking up on this one? Because I was talking about a few different topics, but tell me, who are we locking up so I can elaborate on that? Antonio, who you want us to lock? Who you want them to lock up? Who you want? Who you talking about? Diddy already locked up, sir. Diddy already locked up. So you saying he guilty? What is he guilty of, Antonio? I want to know what you think he's guilty of. We saw the tape, but that's not what he's being charged with. What they're doing is painting a picture that he was controlling and he coerced and all that kind of stuff. So that's what the purpose of the videotapes of the beating was. He's not even charged for freak-offs because it's not a crime to be a freak. There's a whole bunch of freaks in the world. So Antonio, what you think he's guilty of? He's actually being charged with sex trafficking. So far, do you see evidence of sex trafficking in your opinion? Let me know, Antonio. Also, make sure y'all take the poll on Rodney Hinton Jr., man. Let's get these votes on there, man. Rodney Hinton Jr., do you agree with what he did? Make sure you take the polls, man. And also share your thoughts in the comments section. Let me know. If you was a father and a cop killed your son, just shot him down dead, how would you handle that situation? Rodney Hinton, what he did, he went on and took matters into his own hands. And just honestly saying, that's not always the best thing to do, but it seemed like he thought about everything and he made the sacrifice. And some people are even praising this man for taking up for his son. Some people are even praising this man for taking up for his son. Let me see something. I'm checking out something, As I said, man, it's hot out there. Make sure you stay hydrated. This is that good H2O, but you got to be putting some type of fluids in your body because it's hot out there. Me, I got that good H2O. If it's your first time joining this live, this is Mark B's Perspective, where I talk about a host of different topics. I try not to bite my tongue. I speak what I feel without fear. I'm afraid of no man. So that's what I do. I come out here and just speak. If you have not done it, make sure you like this video. Be sure to like this video. Make sure to like the video. If you have not done it, man, check out my channel. Subscribe to the channel as well. I want to thank y'all for the continued support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. usually try to come on, Monday through Friday. As long as y'all want this, I will continue to do it. But y'all got to show me that y'all want it by coming through, by your comments, by your likes, by your support. The more you support, the more I know that you want it, and I'll be there to hold you down. But just make sure you let me know this is what you want. If not, I'll probably find something else to do and just direct my time somewhere else. But if this is what y'all want, man, let me know and I can bring you that stuff. But make sure you take that poll if you have not done it. Do you think the father, Rodney Hinton Jr., do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? Take the poll and also let me know in the comment, man, what you think about Rodney Hinton Jr. avenging his son's death by killing a deputy. Let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts on that. I thank y'all for the continued support. I thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Yesterday we took a poll, man. Had a good turnout on the poll. And the poll yesterday was, did you agree with Trump bringing in 59 of the white South Africans? Antonio says, the father, I probably would have done the same thing. And some people do feel like that. Some people feel like, man, they killed his son, and they even got a law that protect the police, man. They not releasing the police officer that shot him. They're not releasing his name. So that's another issue, man, that, somebody said, well, why he didn't get the right one? They not even releasing the officer's name. And they using it under a Victims Act. They using to prevent. Cops use the same thing they use in Ohio to protect victims. They acting as if the cop is a victim. And the crazy thing about it, the officer is the one that shot the 18-year-old teenager. But there's no way to find out who. I heard names, somebody found out and they've been putting it online. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but they got a system. They trying to protect the police at all costs. And we also under a time when, Trump just passed an executive order, right? That kind of give them immunity. They say it's not a blanket immunity, but it kind of give immunity to law enforcement. Good morning, Dr. J. Dr. J said, good morning, Mark, and good morning, chat. Welcome, Dr. J. Appreciate you. Also, I want to let y'all know that Dr. J is a content creator. So if you have time, make sure you check out her channel and her content, and also her live. She do a live once or a couple times a day. So make sure you check out Dr. J's content. Thank you. Man, I welcome y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate the continued support. If it's your first time, man, first of all, like this video. I come out here Monday through Friday. At least that's what I'm trying to do. As long as y'all show me that y'all want this, I will continue to do it. And how you show is through your likes, through your comments, through your continued support. If I see the need for it, I will continue to do it as much as I can. If you have not done it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And like I said, thank y'all, man, for the continued support. I got a poll out today. Make sure you take the poll. Rodney Hinton Jr. is the individual, the father, who killed a deputy because a cop killed his 18-year-old son. Take that poll. Let me know your thoughts about that. Take the poll. Let me know your thoughts on that. What would you have done in that situation? Let me know. Take the poll. Yesterday, a lot of people took the poll like y'all hesitant today. Go ahead, take the poll, man. Take the poll. If you need more information, you can check that as well. But make sure to like the video. Make sure to like the video. Listen, on the poll yesterday, let me give you the results of the poll as well. yesterday as I had the poll about should President Trump bring in the 59 South Africans. And in the poll, the majority of the people on that poll, it was like 100 and around maybe 180 participants or something like that. 170, 180, something like that. It was 40-something% that said, yeah, he should. It was like 37% that said no, they didn't agree with it. And then some people said they was unsure, and some people said they needed more information. Okay, so on that poll yesterday, it was like 40-something% said they supported Trump in bringing in the white South Africans. 37 or so percent said they did not support that. Some people said they was unsure, and some people said they needed more information. But make sure you take the poll today. Make sure y'all take the poll today. Right now, the poll today is like even. It's even. We only got a few people that took it so far, but make sure you take the poll today. Another thing that's, a hot topic is, P. Diddy dealing with the situation that he's dealing with. Right now, his main victim, which is Cassie, has been on a stand, been testifying, and then they've been cross-examining her. So the prosecution is feeling good about this case, but also the defense had a good day yesterday, and they feel kind of good because they got on tape saying that she enjoyed some of the freak-offs. Even though the case is not about freak-offs, the case is about sex trafficking. But they're trying to build up to where they're saying that Diddy coerced Cassie into doing that. So that's the update far as the P. Diddy case, man. They're gonna be going, what they said, 8 weeks. So that trial is gonna last probably about 8 weeks. All kind of testimony, all kind of crazy stuff gonna come to the light. All kind of videos probably gonna resurface. So that's what's going on with the Diddy trial. There's a lot going on with that. I would not want to be in that situation. It can go a number of ways. He can be convicted, and if convicted, he will face life. He can be acquitted. It can be a hung jury. There's a lot of ways that case can go. Eric Rush, welcome to the chat. He said, P. Diddy need to be free. They all on drugs. See, that's another thing. Everybody was getting high and doing it. It was you know how Jay-Z said, Eric Rush, it was all good just a week ago. So, but this is a serious case though, Eric. This is a serious case. Some people say the drug thing can help him. Some people say it don't matter. Some people say it can hurt him. So we don't know, man. We got to see. But yesterday, the defense feel like there's a victory because they got her on text saying that she enjoyed some of the freak-offs. Also, Dr. J said, like the video. Make sure y'all like the video. It may take a while for y'all because y'all should be liking it. If y'all coming here, if y'all getting insight, you getting value, you getting information, go ahead and like the video. Thomas said, what do you think of his kids? Doesn't he hold any responsibility in his own death? He had a gun and took police on a chase. Dad should be mad at his son. Thomas, that's a good point. You can look, there's a lot of perspectives, man. And what I try to do is respect people's perspective. But Thomas, do you think it's disproportionately the way law enforcement kill black people in this country compared to black people? Sorry. Thomas, do you think that law enforcement, the police, kill more black people than white? We only 12%. We shouldn't be nowhere on the list. In the United States, we 12, 13% of the population. So what about law enforcement? Why they don't have the same restraints when it comes to a black person? And this ain't just one case. We can talk about cases with an S. But thank you for sharing that, Thomas. Antonio said Diddy is guilty. Besides the freak-offs, he also paid $1 million to get Pac killed. Listen, man, stop saying that, man. You don't have no proof of that. They got the people. Listen, let me put something on you. Let me just tell you this, and this is a fact. The night Tupac got killed, they was in Las Vegas at the Mike Tyson fight. That night, they jumped on a gang member, a Crip, named Orlando. That man ain't let that go. And come to find out, Keefy D, the one who's saying he did it, that's Orlando's uncle. And he was confessing on video and said they rolled by the car. Diddy ain't pay no $1 million. Stop believing them narratives, man. Diddy wasn't even out there. Tupac died because they jumped on that man that night. And that man got revenge that night, man. Stop believing it, the media. That's the stuff that probably help him get off. The lies, just deal with the facts. It wasn't proven that Diddy had anything to do with Tupac's death at all. Those were just clickbaits to get y'all to watch these videos, man. That's what that was about. And Thomas said, do you think black folks commit more crime than any other race? Therefore, your chances will be higher via the fact that cops have to stop crime? No, we don't commit more crimes. That's proven, man. But what it is, we're targeted more. That's what you mean. And I understand you really didn't understand how to say it, but African Americans are targeted more. I grew up in a project, so I know. They had a regular schedule to ride through, but they don't do that in your hood, right? Or in white neighborhoods, you got they out there with meth and all that, getting high, committing crimes, smashing mailboxes. They do more crimes. More violent crime is not proven. Where are you getting your stats, man? Where are you getting your stats? Even though I'm asking you, I want you, since you're talking, you real talkative, do you agree with these white cops killing black folks, man, the way they do? I've seen several videos, man, where they running from people. They ran from a white guy. He was coming at them. It never happened with a black person, man. So either you got your eyes closed or you don't care whether they kill a black person or not. So that's my question to you, Thomas. Do you support these cops killing black folks, man? And don't try to justify, well, they commit more crimes. They're more dangerous. Don't give me that, man. Do you support cops killing black people? And if not, you need to speak out against it. But thank you for sharing that, man. Thank you. See, it's always different. If people say nothing about race, man, guess what? Almost everything is about race, man. Antonio said, I don't believe cops killing. Antonio said, I don't believe cops killing black folks. Okay, Antonio, that's what's up. It'll take me a whole day to try to prove to you, but there's a lot of cases, man. All I ask that you do is research cases, man. Okay? You heard of George Floyd before? You heard of Sandra Bland? You heard of Mike Brown? So Mark, I understand Dad's hurt, but he should have handled it differently, most definitely. He can't fight the justice for his deceased son from behind bars. His family is left to bury a son. Family needs him. That's one of the best responses I heard. Coming from that perspective, most definitely, like he should have came. I think it's very few things that you should crash out. Even in that situation, I know a lot of people within our community or within some urban neighborhood, they feel that and they say he justified. But I'm in agreement with him because he can do more for his family being out here than being inside the wall. Dr. J said Dad needs to be with his family and grieving with family. Most definite. So my next question, Doc, is what you think about the dad put in a $25 million lawsuit? What's your thoughts about that? The dad, the father, put a $25 million lawsuit on the police department, the city of Cincinnati. What's your thoughts about that? Did his actions hurt his chances on his lawsuit? What are your thoughts about that? Make sure y'all take the poll, man. Do y'all agree with that? And it's okay if you don't agree. I just want to hear y'all thoughts, man. But take a vote on the poll. That was his decision. That's not my decision. That was his decision to do what he did, man. But as Dr. J said, his family needs him out there. The mom, they need him for comfort. They need him for strength. So some people say it was justified. But the thing is, like, police can kill. People say y'all don't march when somebody kills somebody in the hood. Let me clarify this, man. Reason why people don't march because they usually eventually either somebody retaliate against them, they go to jail. But when a cop kill a black person, usually nothing happens. In the few cases that they do go to court, right, they get not guilty. You got the only ones that got time was the George Floyd case. That's one of the rare ones that got time. Everybody else was convicted, and some of them were not even charged. So that's why people march when African American is killed, because they like law enforcement. Nothing is going to happen. Even in this case, right? In this case, they're not even releasing the name of the officer. They just going to tell you we're investigating it, and all that means is nothing's going to happen. So there's a lot going on with that, man. But I did want to do the poll, man. I want y'all to make sure you take the poll. What is your thoughts? If you was the dad, what would you do? Or what do you think about how the dad handled the situation? Antonio said law enforcement need better training on handle the public and to de-escalate situations. I agree with that partially because they got the training. Like, I can show several videos where they did a good job on de-escalating. They did a good job on, controlling the situation. I seen officers run. This one officer, man, I got to get the video. He was backpedaling and the guy was charging him, a white individual. But anytime it's us, you let us pick up a hand or have a phone. One of us died with a bag of Skittles. Tamar Rice was a 12-year-old, had a toy gun. A 12-year-old, man. And he shouldn't have had a toy gun. They killed him dead. Why when they come at us, it's always deadly force? You can't shoot him in the leg. You can't tase him. So that's what I'm saying is really disproportionate the way that they do African Americans here in this country, man. It ain't just training. Maybe it could be a gap with diversity, understanding other people's culture, but that can't even be the case because you got black officers as well. So it's just a big thing. Dr. J said, Mark, I totally understand Dad's rage, but I wish he would have thought it through. Yeah, he should have strategized instead. And I think he could have did a lot more being out here. Man, make sure you stay hydrated. I agree with you, Doc. He could have did a lot more. He could have started an organization, with fathers on, I don't know, but he could have did a lot more. But now he in jail. He's at the mercy of them. But make sure you drink. I got H2O, but make sure you stay hydrated. It's going to be hot today. Antonio said, okay, I already read that. Eric said law enforcement officers need yearly evaluations through outside investigation. Yeah, but see, it's hard to really, especially, and it would have to be, you would have to probably be somebody from outside the city, because if you inside the city, the law enforcement is strong, man. They're stronger than a gang. Not saying that they're a gang, but if you coming at law enforcement, now you got law enforcement and you got other agencies that's going to support the police. And if you're doing anything in that city, they can put the clamps on you. So I agree with you. It got to be an outside investigation, but it should be somebody from another city. Thomas said 13% of population, 33% of murders, 36% violent, nonviolent crimes. That's disproportionate, hence the higher rate. Hey, listen, you go look at how many people they done killed, man. Because you coming with this narrative, Thomas. But I'm going to have to call you out on that, man. I ask you, do you sympathize with these cops, especially white cops, killing black African Americans? And you're going to go run and find a number and say, well, they commit this much crime. How much crime do white folks commit? And Tony said they need to make a better background check on law enforcement. Yeah, but also, like they were saying, the conducts while they was on the job. I was watching one the other night. This cop had hurt somebody, violated a person here, kicked them while they was down. Then he was transferred to another department. The people found out and told that department, hey, they did this. They violated. They don't care about that, man. So that's what we're dealing with. Dr. J said, Mark, look at the hardship of his family. They have to plan a funeral and try to pay for legal. I'm in total agreement with you, Doc. Again, I totally understand Dad's, but he didn't think it through. He did not think that through at all. And I'm not ashamed to say it. You know, a lot of people praising him, but he could have did a lot more being out here. I'm agreeing with you. Mark said, I feel bad. I feel so bad for you. I can't even imagine the pain you are going through. You're talking about the dad, right? Mark Sheldon said, I feel bad for you. I can't even imagine the pain you're going through. The pain of dad. But make sure you take the poll. Make sure you take the poll, man. Do the vote. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the dad, man? I agree with Dr. J. I can't say it either way because I'm not in his shoes, but I think that he did a lot more for his son out here in free society, man. Because now you in there, you at the mercy of them. As far as I don't know your health care or whatever, but now you in there, and like Doc said, you left your family out with hardships. So that's another thing. I'm not going against him, man, because I didn't lose the son. So I'm not the one to say, oh, he should have did this. But maybe, man, he would probably have been able to do a lot more out here in free society. Thomas asked the question, y'all. Thomas said, do you believe every black person killed by cops is wrong or just? It ain't got to be everyone, but we done seen a lot on TV. Or is there any cop killing that you are outraged about, Thomas? Any of them? Because they show them all on TV. Even the Rodney King case, man, they beat that man consistently. I don't know how long, and the all-white jury found him not guilty. What's your thoughts on Rodney King, Thomas? Make sure y'all stay hydrated. Dr. J said, Mark, absolutely. That's part of, let me get the rest of it. It said, Mark, absolutely, that part. Because I guarantee you this, Thomas, it wouldn't happen to no white people, man. Cops wouldn't kill white people at the rate that they kill African Americans. And you can put out any number you want to put out, but that will not happen. I can guarantee you that. Everybody will be up in arms and say, why the cops are going crazy? See, on one hand, they had to back the blue. There's a case out. It been on TV as a female. She killed her boyfriend cop. Man, they flipped the whole script on them. And I'm like, where the back the blue at? They supporting her. I'm going to pull up the name and let you know that. And then you tell me what you think about that. War Story said, should do a jail call with the dad. I have to imagine he regrets his decision. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That would be good, though. I don't know if he regret it or not. Did you see him walk through? Did y'all see him walk through? Hold on. Let me check something. Okay. But that was a good point. Thomas said the lady who shot the guy in car, and yes, Rodney King got it bad. I'm not saying cops aren't fallible. Now, are there any cops killing that you find just? I don't think cops should kill nobody. They got the training. If somebody coming at you with a gun, then okay, that would be just. But in the majority, you have African Americans killed, right, who didn't even have a weapon. I thought they had a weapon. Even this individual, he had a weapon, but he wasn't pointing it at nobody. And then it happened in less than 30 seconds. With the narrative like you said, Thomas, because that's what you got in your mind. Black people are more violent. You said stats say that they commit more violent crimes. And that's the narrative they try to paint about black people. But you got these white hate groups are the most violent people in the world. Just think about the crimes that was committed, the lynchings and all that. War Story said, no, I didn't. Okay. Thank you, War Stories, for sharing that. But this is a real issue. It shouldn't just be handled like, well, they're black and they're more violent. Because when you create that narrative, that's now when the cops come, they already think how you thinking, but they're more dangerous compared to when they approach a white person. Oh, they're cool, and they're gonna have their guards down. But there've been a lot of cases they had their guards down with white folks who ended up killing the cops. So all I'm saying is I can't speak for the dad. I don't know if he regretted or not, but I know he walked through the court. The dad walked through the court with his head held up high as they tried to bully him, and all the law enforcement was standing there. Yeah, that's what he did. He was talking smack. So I don't know if he regretted, but my prayers and my soul hurt for him that he would even have to make a decision like that. That's what really hurts me, is that he had to, he shouldn't even been put in that position. And then when they showed him that video, they said less than 2 hours after watching the body cam of his son being executed is when he ran over that cop. And let me say this real quick too. That cop didn't deserve it. But some people don't care. They like, man, they took one of ours, we want to take one of theirs. That cop didn't deserve it, man. That cop was just out there directing traffic, thinking he gonna go home to his family, but he lost his life, man. So my prayers do go out to that family. My prayers go out to that family. My prayers also go out to Ryan Hinton, the 18-year-old, his family, his mom and the rest of his family. My prayers go out to them as well. But I want to make sure y'all take that poll, man. Take the poll. Let me know y'all thoughts, man. Do y'all agree with it? Do you need more information? How would you handle it if a cop just killed your son? And it happens so quick. It's like when it comes to us, they're not going to practice those restraints, man. So we need to be on our best behavior when we confront it with the police, man. And it's sad that we got to have these conversations. Thomas said, do you think we need cops or just better ones? How would you do if you ruled the world? Good question. If I rule the world, that's a song, Thomas. But anyway, I think we need cops now. We need police for civil stuff, for like accidents. You need it for crimes, because people do commit crimes, right? So yes, we need. Thomas said Nas, and you know that. Antonio said Nas. What y'all know about Nas, man? Yeah, that's what it is. Him and Lauryn Hill. But anyway, yeah, I'm not the one to say we don't need police. Now, if we had a society that we can police ourselves, had a culture that everybody doing the right thing, then we wouldn't need them. But guess what? We're not at that point right now. We're not at that point where we can say that I can comfortably say we don't need cops, because we need law enforcement, man. Right? Because with law enforcement, that keep me from doing some crazy stuff. Sometimes I can rely on them. I ain't got to go out, unless I'm right there and got to protect my family or something like that. That's a total different issue. But for the most part, it's like, yeah, to answer your question, Thomas, I'm not saying we need to get rid of cops, because it's some good cops, man. A lot of videos on some good cops. Thomas said, I appreciate you, sir, and value you just want to say that. Thank you. Yeah, we need the police, man, but we do need good police. There's some of them that, man, they so trigger happy. I wouldn't want to be confronted with them. If I'm ever pulled over, it can be for traffic. I try to be on my best behavior because I know how quick it can escalate. Antonio said, if I rule the world, imagine that. I free all my sons. I love them, baby. That's right. Black diamonds and pearls. Man, you just got that, Antonio, you just got that off the internet. Nah, I'm messing with you, man. But yeah. You can be mine. Both shine if I rule the world. Antonio, that's right. That's what it is, man. That's a good song too. But like, the world got to do better. We got to do better, man. We would all hope that our children wouldn't be involved in no crimes to even put themselves in those situations. But you can let's go to Carmelo Anthony, right? You never know when something's going to happen, so you can train him up the right way. Carmelo Anthony was bullied by a white individual. These kids, right? He ended up defending himself and killed the white kid. Now everybody mad at him. But he used the stand the ground that everybody else comfortably use all the time. But you got a lot of people mad at Carmelo Anthony, and they said he had a knife. He didn't have a knife. He had a tool that they used to clean out cleats. His cleats. That was the tool. Because first they tried to say he had a knife. People was like, what do he need with a knife? Right? What the black dude need with a knife? Make sure y'all drink that good H2O because it's hot today and you gotta stay hydrated. So it's like with us, man, and some people already got the perceived notion that we're angry. Some people feel like with all that was done to African Americans that we want revenge. If they get into power, they're gonna do us like we did them. And I try to tell people that ain't really in our nature. For the most part, we some of the most loving and forgiving people, man. Antonio had thumbs up. Make sure y'all like this video, man, because I know y'all getting value. Like the video, man. We got to show YouTube that this is what's happening, man. You got to like the video. If it's your first time, I want to welcome you here. This is Mark B's Perspective, where I talk about a lot of different topics, man. I try to give you the real as I see it, and I give you the opportunity to share your thoughts, in the comments section. I want to thank y'all. Make sure you like the video. Take that poll. Man. Do you think Rodney Hinton Jr. was justified? Take the poll. Do you agree with it? Let me know. Take the poll. Let me know what's going down. If you have not done it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I thank y'all for the continued support. Thank y'all. So far, it's about even. And a lot of people saying they need more information. But so far, it's about even on that poll. But man, it's like people always look at black people and say, victim, or y'all always complaining. And it's crazy that we even had to say Black Lives Matter. I'm not talking about no organization, because people always say, that organization was this. When I say Black Lives Matter, I'm not talking about no organization. I'm just talking about the fact that Black Lives Matter, in spite that other people try to say that it don't. If you remember, if you can go back in history, they try to put it in our heads that we was 3/5 of a man. So to try to make us be inferior or think we were inferior, it was a lot of attacks on us, man, as a people, man. A lot of attacks, and some of that stuff we still fighting today. And then some of the negative images. Listen, think about this. Even from elementary school, everything black was taught to be either cursed, evil, wicked, or whatever. So it's been brainwashed in us, man, to think bad about ourselves, to hate ourselves, even to hate the motherland, which is Africa, our home continent. So it's been a lot of attacks on black people, man, that they still got to fight. So for us to say Black Lives Matter, they fighting against a lot of stuff that's been taught to us. Black cats, everything black, the black sheep of the family. Everything black has been taught to be negative. What kind of effect do you think they have on children in school? You being taught that from elementary school. And then not only that, right? You taught that white is pure. You got a white Jesus. And I hate bringing it up, but these are all things that kind of penetrate our minds, man. So yeah, it should be all right for us to say Black Lives Matter. People get mad at you saying Black Lives Matter. What do you mean Black Lives Matter? Everybody matter. That's not the point. Okay, let me go to Antonio. Say, what about Jacelyn? Hold on. Jacelyn Rajo Kwanzaa, an 11-year-old girl in Texas, died by suicide after being bullied about her family immigration status, according to the mother. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on, man. I think this whole nation, really the world, but just let's talk about America. This whole nation needs help. Thanks for sharing that, man. My prayers go out to that family and all that, but we need help. But it seems like we under an administration that don't sympathize with those type of stories. They're not concerned with those type of stories, right? And then Gala said, the leftist media is the one that are dividing the people up. It's as simple as that. If you buy into that narrative, I'm speaking Gala. That's not me speaking. It's Gala saying that. And I'm a corrector after I get done reading. That all white people hate all. Where did you get all white people, man? Stop putting words in the, if I speak a fact, deal with the fact. Nobody said all. It's a problem. It should be a problem. If it's one racist piece of trash running around, you should have a problem with that, because we should have nobody being racist or attacking a nation of people. Tony said he's right, but Jesus was not white, definitely. Right. I'm talking about the attack on our minds, the lack of self-love, man, amongst my community. Tony said absolutely right. Schools should teach about all history, not just U.S. history. Listen, man, let me tell you this, Antonio. They have recently started teaching Black history. They gave us a couple pages, man. It was always about white history, always, right? And then they finally put a couple pages of Black history. You know what them pages consisted of? What we were? We were slaves in them pages. So I guess we was happy to be in the history books, but we were only slaves. So you got to deal with the psychology and the mentality. And then you double that down with all Black is bad, is what you taught from elementary school. Schools should teach about all history, not just U.S. history, but they should be taught the right way. They gave us a couple pages of just being slaves. So Antonio said, absolutely agree. Who wrote the books? They always wrote books negative about Black people. That's the reason why they're using the word called DEI. Most definitely, Tony. Thank you for sharing that. These are some of them deep conversations that people don't want to have because they think you pointing the fingers at them. This is not an attack on nobody on here. But what it is just bringing stuff to light. And a lot of this stuff had a negative effect on us as children, right? As children, we never thought we can be a president, a Black president. That was unthought of. Because all we saw was white stuff. Whites were this, white was great. We young, we learned about Jack and Jill. All these stories. Every time we came, I remember they had the cartoon, man. Curious George, right? The white people and the monkey. Subconsciously, the monkey represented this is a little bit too deep for y'all, man. Let me backtrack. This is a little bit too deep for y'all. Tony said, absolutely talk about slavery. They don't talk about the contributions that we have. Majority of the inventions were designed by Black people. Yeah, there's a lot of, and that's what I got to do. I got to do a show on some of the stuff that we invented. But y'all got to want this, man. Y'all got to want this information, and I'll do it. Antonio said, Mark, you always keep it 100. War Story said, Jaquel and Jaleesa. Okay. Now Fear said, get him, bro. yo, man. And I don't want nobody to be offended. Though, I mean, if you're offended, I mean, ain't nothing I can do about that, but I don't want nobody to be offended, man. But it been a lot of stuff that been happening. And then when they get pushed back, they like, why he mad? Listen, man, some of the pushback we doing for ourselves, man. We got to just rethink a lot of stuff. We got to do better as a people. And I'm going to repeat, I agree with Dr. J that he could have did something, right? Talking about Rodney Hinton, could have did something different. But I'm not the one to be like, oh, the man made his decision. He felt like he was fed up. And that's why there's a lot of people, man, that understand his situation. Man, thank y'all. Eric said, history has been cherry picked since the made books. If Black people knew the real history, they would be conservative Republican. My man. Yo, listen, you see how we think? It's like we can't even rise above that. How about rising above that? Forget a conservative Republican. Because a conservative was against Blacks from the gates. You check the real history. Let me give you a real quick, man. They started under the name Democrat, right? But they were conservative in the South. White Democrats started it about 1828. I'm going to school you for a minute, right? So the Republican Party wasn't even made yet. When the Republican Party first came, they were liberal, right? The more they try to help Black people, that's when people shifted. Do your research on this. I'm schooling y'all for free right now. That's when they made the shift. And the Republicans that originally started were liberal. What do they call Democrats today? Democrats are liberal. Republicans are what? Conservative. So when y'all say, they help the Black people, those were not, when Democrats came, man, listen, Democrats were conservative. When the Republicans started, Republicans were liberal. When the party started wanting to help, meaning the Republican Party wanted to help Black people because they were liberal, they said, nah, we ain't with this. They switched, man. Y'all do y'all research on that. I gave y'all a jewel, and that's for free. Let me say, you're right. I remember the 2 pages. Luckily, we had great teachers. Yeah, Tim Lawrence said, I remember the 2 pages who filled in the blanks. We as kids, they said, we as kids knew how they felt. Anyway, okay. Tony said, see, he's wrong. If Black people knew, they would have been independent. Okay. Let me see. Hold on, y'all moving fast. Tony said conservative Republic doesn't mean anything other than serve a white man. Both parties are fraction. Okay. Now Fear said free game. Tim Long said we knew. Eric Russ said Joe Biden's friend with the Democrats, Ku Klux Klan leader, the Robert Byrd war. Listen, Republicans the ones support the Klan. They support white supremacy. This is not no secret. I don't even have to tell y'all that. This is Republican Party. And yeah, both of them of the same bird. But for you to say the Klan is under the Democrats, they're under the Republicans. But for real, they all the same, man. Antonio said 10:30 a.m. Not the parties never shifted. Democrats have always been true racists. Hey, do your research. They did, the ideologies did switch, man. This is common. This is basic stuff, man. That's why Elon Musk wanted to get rid of the education department, because he see how some of y'all just follow this man blindly and not willing to do research on your own. This is basic, elementary. We ain't even getting to no real stuff yet. I'm surprised, Andrew, I'm surprised you didn't know this, man. The ideology of the party shifted, man. Felix said, who wouldn't you save in a court of law, Diddy or Trump? I don't mess with Trump at all, period. I don't mess with Trump at all. That's a loaded question. It's really not for me, but I'm just letting you know I don't mess with Trump at all. If Trump changes ways, okay, you might get put Trump in the conversation. The Republican Party isn't racist. The Democratic Party said hold on. The changed tactics and said the blacks would be on the new slave plantation. Listen, man, I'm gonna school y'all. This book here, y'all ever heard of the Willie Lynch syndrome? This is the book, man. I got the book. You know, people like, man, you got the Willie Lynch syndrome. This book was written before any party was out. White folks were still white folks, right? And a slave master wrote the thing, and his goal was to divide and conquer. He said, what y'all do, man, because you're losing money. People escaping. Sometimes we got to beat them so bad, we killing them. We losing money, man. What y'all got to do is enslave their mind. And that's what they did, man. The Willie Lynch syndrome. He said, this is foolproof. It will last for thousands of years. You get the light skin versus the dark skin, the fat from the skinny, the father against the son. They try to create so much differences amongst us. My thing is we need to get back together, you know, and stop this division. And like I said, from a child, man, they've been beating us with the BS, man. Me saying, Tony said the people are making the comments about Republican Party, they're white folks. You can tell by basically how they make their statement. Most definite. Andrew said, yup, the Democrats did do that exact thing. Okay. Tony said, Trump will not change his ways, much less you won't change your skin tone. That's a fact. So why would you ask that loaded question? You know what I'm saying? So I was just giving you an example. But I'm just saying, like, people, I don't care if you black or not, should not be all right with the African American, because we've been here for a minute. How long we been in America? When was this established? Let's say a couple hundred years, right? Y'all should be upset for anything that y'all know that's happening to African Americans, unless you don't look at them as human. You still believe in that 3/5 of a man bull. Okay, let me read this. Tina Law said, basically, Martin Luther King was a Republican. Y'all still talking about Republican and Democrats. I don't even do that, man. Tina, get out of that, man. What has a Republican done for you? And you're going to try to trick me. Oh, I put Martin Luther King on him. I say Martin Luther King was this. I don't care what Martin Luther King was. Right? That's the whole plan of whether you're Republican or Democrat, especially Republicans. Tony said, as you absolutely right, enslave their mind and call them Sambos. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. This is a mental and spiritual warfare that we in, especially black people, because whether y'all admit it or not, some of y'all think it, but they try to consider us at the bottom of the totem pole here in this country. That's why it was easy for my man to say, black people are the most savages. They commit the most violent crimes. They're out of control. When you got police just randomly shooting and killing black folks. But that's not looked at. That's why people are right with Trump mistreating immigrants here, but yet bringing in 59 white South Africans. That's cool because they white. And we got to stop that, man. We got to stop that. One thing I don't do, right, is worship a man. To the degree that y'all worship Trump, y'all worship Trump more than y'all worship the Most High God, man. Some of y'all, not all. Some of y'all worship Trump because he can say something, right, and y'all just go with it. Like y'all know it's unethical to receive an airplane, but since Trump is getting the airplane, everybody like, but it's okay. It ain't that bad. We got to stop with this, man. Well, and then y'all try to trick us. Y'all think y'all smart. They gonna come and say Martin Luther King was a Republican. Like, what did that mean to me, man? When Martin Luther King started speaking that real, y'all wasn't trying to hear that. Long as he said, keep knuckles in the head and pray about it. Long as he was on that nonviolent, y'all loved him. But y'all hated him when he started changing up and speaking that real and wanted him dead. He didn't get killed because he was saying nonviolence. Trevor said, Andrew said, none worship Trump here, but some of y'all actions, not saying you, Andrew, but some people act like they do. Trevor said, it's a gift from a foreign nation that at some point was hostile to ways of life. Okay. Bobby said, you know, police kill more unarmed white people than they do black people. Listen, they should, because there's more white people. But per capita, you know what I'm saying? Like us being 13%, that number is too high, Bobby. Okay, Andrew said the Republican Party was made by whites and blacks because Democrats wouldn't let blacks. The Republican Party you worship now, man, see, I gotta take y'all to school. It would have been the Democrats. Remember the main word that y'all say, conservative and liberal. That's the dead giveaway, man. When Democrats started, they was conservative. This is a fact. We can debate it. You can come on here and debate it, and I'll make you look like a clown. Said, and it put it the way who did the Klan voted for. The Klan voted for Republican, for Trump. They got his whole support. That's why Trump pardoned those 1,600 white neo-racist folks. The Obamas gave 30. Listen, man, see how y'all do? Y'all keep, instead of addressing and saying, oh, they did that? I didn't know they did that. I'm gonna humble myself. Y'all gonna talk about Obama. Okay. Tony said black people are the most imitated copyright people in the country, or better yet, on the planet. Yeah, they love us. So you understand per capita when it suits you. Let me see. Nafir said the plane they gave Trump could be the house for, hold on. Try to find you. The house from Troy. See, Trump ain't as smart as he think he is. See what I'm saying? Like they did back in the day, man. That's why if some people saying, Trump, don't do it, man. It ain't ethical. And in addition to that, it's a security breach. Something can happen. But he's thinking about the money. Also, Trump is thinking about, because they said, listen, you can build a golf course here. It's a money grab for Trump, man. And he got y'all following him. Not that he gonna help y'all, but he know that y'all ain't gonna pay attention and y'all gonna continue to support him no matter what. Andrew said they never switched. I'm telling you that. It's a lie. Okay, they were conservative, man. Democrats are liberal. When Democrats first started, Andrew, just open your mind, man. I know you part of this cult, and it's hard to get out because you're drinking that syrup. Democrat, do the research. Democrats started as liberal. They was the first one, 1828, man. I know what I'm talking about. Democrats today are liberal. That should tell you something, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep arguing with you, man. If you notice, then the white farmers are making a big deal about it, but they brought white people here that take over their land that they have to go in foreclosure for. Yeah, because some of the people they bringing in now, and because Trump messed up these farmers, and some of them have been going into foreclosure, like you saying, some of them farmers gonna end up with some of them people land. Good point. Tony said facts. Eric said Joe Biden gets a $6,000 bicycle. Boy, y'all will point out stuff. Deal with this right now, man. So y'all okay with Trump getting the plane right now? Because on 1 minute, y'all so holier than now, we believe in back to blue. But when Trump pardoned 1,600 people who violently overtook the Capitol, y'all, oh no, we don't believe in the blue. We support these racist people. Y'all got to make your mind up. Y'all continue to be hypocritical, man. Y'all continue. That's why we can't come together. Because y'all got this one man that y'all just worship like he the most high God. That should never be. I don't care who run the country. He should never be worshiped the way y'all worship that man today. Trump told y'all to y'all face. Trump said, if I go in the middle of the street and kill somebody, shoot him with a gun, my supporters will continue to support me. I love my uneducated supporters. That should be a slap in your face, man. And he's telling the truth. Make sure y'all like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel. This Mark B's Perspective, where you're going to get the real. You're going to get the real. I know the trolls coming, and I'll be prepared. Why? Because I study this stuff. This is what I do. Now, those who say that the parties didn't switch, I will invite you on, and you present your stuff, and I'm going to present my stuff. The Democrats started as conservative party, 1827. Y'all check it on your phone right now while I'm talking. Put me on blast right now while I'm talking, if y'all can. They started in 1828. I'm sorry. They started in 1828 as conservative. Whites in the South. Republicans came later. So the Republican Party you know today are actually the Democrats, because the Republicans Party started as liberal. As this party wanted to keep helping black people, the white folks said, nah, and they jumped over, they left. The Republicans left that party and went with the conservatives. So when you say conservative today, you talking about the original who was originally Democrat. Do the research. Somebody do the research now. I'm begging y'all, please do the research with your phone. Let me see. The horse of Troy. Yeah, Nafir, I know what you was talking about. Set him up real good. Gave it as a gift. Donald Trump signed executive order on April 28, unleashing more police power and no accountability. Exactly. And that's another thing. That's another reason why the dad, took matters in his own hand, because he knew about that. That was coming, as far as police won't be held accountable. They already don't be held accountable, So he took matters in his own hand, and it hurt me to my heart that he was even put in that situation. But I'm waiting for y'all, man, to go ahead and do your research. Y'all got your phones with you. Do your research. Somebody said, just because some idiots joined the Republican Party doesn't mean the party itself switched. Okay, listen, Andrew. The party itself, excuse me. Listen, the Republican Party is the conservative party. The Democratic Party is the liberal party. When the Democrats started, they were conservative. Democrats are not conservative today. That alone should tell you what actually happened, man. MLK didn't write any of his speeches. Okay. This man is taking money from foreign. Thank you, Tony. He said this man is taking money from foreign countries, doing is illegal and immoral and wrong. He's supposed to go to Congress for that. Man, this man doing a whole bunch of stuff. Even them tariffs, he's not even supposed to control the tariffs. But he got the country in a mess with the tariffs because he don't know what he's doing, and he keep having to back out. That's why he backed out on Canada. He backed out on China. He don't know what he's doing. Thank you for sharing that. Newton said, what did Malcolm X say about white liberals? He said a whole bunch of stuff, man. Newton, he said a whole bunch of, Tony said, you said it was right before they're in the court. You said it was, I didn't quite get that, Tony. Help me out. I'm for President Trump. I'm going to vote for President Trump 2028. See how but you're going against the Constitution. You do know that, right? Somebody, I know Trump didn't tell you. Did somebody tell you that's unconstitutional? Eric Russ Trump didn't just get a $400 million plane. He also signed a $5 billion contract for his golf course. See, people ain't paying attention. He ain't signing nothing to help y'all, man. Not the American citizens. Tony said, you're doing a good job. Unfortunately, you can never talk to people who support Donald Trump. They're closed-minded. Thank you. Newt said it was Southern Democrats that formed the KKK. That's what I said. Listen, man. To help y'all understand Newton, take Democrat and Republican out. Just say conservatives and liberals. That's going to help you better understand what took place in this country. So it says, so you like voting for a clown, Antonio. Okay. Tony said, and the person who's in the company, JD's Vans, they buy land from the farmers that went foreclosed, and now they're going to have them working on their own family land for the South Africans. Yeah, you saying the Africans that came in, the white South Africans, going to be working on some of the farms that people here lost, is what he's saying. Just put this out. If Obama did half the things that Trump did, would they accept it and as it going to be? No, they would not accept it. Why? Because he's a black man. But since he's a white man, and some kind of way Trump done tricked them to make them think he gonna help them. So no matter what he do, if he kills somebody, if he take people and send this man Kilmore Garcia from here to a prison, that man was under an order, what is called holding without removal. They ain't care nothing about him. The U.S. Supreme Court told them to bring that man back home. Guess what? They ain't doing it. Hopefully he will get back home to his family. Black people worship Democrat Party no matter what. I ain't heard nobody say they worship no Democrat Party. I don't represent either party, but I haven't heard no Democrat ever say they worship a man. Well, they probably do, but not no political man like y'all do with Trump. Andrew said, you're a propaganda arm for the Democrat Party for free. Listen, Andrew, I'm going to teach you one more time, man. Look it up yourself. When the Conservative Party started, take Democrat or Republican out, what did they do? Because you're still in the Conservative Party. When did they start and what did they do? Nobody came on here and said I was wrong. Y'all got y'all phones. I know y'all can pull that information up. Not one of y'all came on here and said I was wrong. Who was the first black Republican? Y'all some funny dudes, man. So you're going to say Frederick Douglass? That's what you're saying? That's the reason why I see a lot of women wear their crucifix from the neck. I find that to be a real flag for me. Okay. Tony said, facts. Frank said, please look at the executive order Trump signed. I looked at that. They get them immunity, but they trying to make it like, and not only that, when President Trump, and I'm reading Frank's, let me read it first and then I'm gonna go into it. Frank said, please look at the executive order Trump signed on April 28th, unleashing more police power with less accountability. That's the problem. That's part of the reason, man. Make sure y'all take that poll. Was about Rodney Hinton Jr. when he killed the officer. What are your thoughts about that? Take that poll. But Frank, to address this, yeah, I looked up that executive order. Not only that, do y'all know Trump strong-armed like several law firms and made them be under him? So what happened? I think these law firms got to do like hundreds of millions of dollars of pro bono work, right? He gonna get these law firms to represent these dirty cops who killed unarmed people. So yeah, it ain't gonna be no accountability. So that executive order, yeah, I'm on that. Also in the executive order, they're gonna provide the legal, the law firms and all that for that. Eric said no wrong. Okay. Tony said, you're doing a great job, bro. Keep it up. Hey, if y'all want me to keep it up, make sure y'all like this thing and share it, man. We got to show YouTube that they getting value. And it don't matter on which side. I'm bringing value to the table. Whether you agree or disagree, you still getting value. And some of the stuff I'm saying causing y'all to go to your phones and look and go to your Encyclopedia Browns and then research that. James said, that's right. A Democrat Party was the racist party. It switched. And Richard Nixon and the Southern Strategy. So you do know that, James. Thanks for verifying that. But take out Democrats and just put conservative. They started as the Conservative Party. People too lazy to Google. Tim said, people too lazy to Google. Man, it's free information. Even if it's how you say, why does it matter? The Republicans are the only ones trying to save American culture, not the Democrat Party, which is leaning communist. You don't think what Trump doing right now is leaning away from democracy? The communist, the word you use, a dictatorship, an oligarchy. You don't think that, Andrew? Anyway, Newt said everyone is a little bit racist. It's called unconscious bias and goes back to the primate brain. Whether you realize it or not, you're more comfortable with people who look like you. Hey man, listen, that's some good stuff. It didn't stop at comfort, man. Black people were attacked, so that comfort stuff don't apply on this one. Black people have never stopped being attacked, whether through legislation, through the courtrooms, employment. They got to make stuff up. It's called affirmative action, DEI. That's supposed to help us, but always end up helping other people because we've been qualified. That ain't the issue. We were not white, so we were not given the opportunity, even though we were even qualified, some of us more than qualified. But what they would do, like my man was saying earlier, is a lot of inventions Black people did, but didn't get credit for. White people did it and took the idea from these great Black people, patented it, and now we know them, Graham Bell and all these good people who created stuff, was really given the information from African Americans. But that was a good point, though. We do have biases, but it's different when you had the power to do things. Now you went a step further than being biased, right? Because now you're using your authority to suppress. That's why I like. And there's somebody yesterday, I meant to correct them. Somebody yesterday said, Black people never had a good town. But he must don't know about the 50, let's say Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thriving towns, Black towns that didn't rely on white folks for nothing. They created their banks, they was doing it up. Every time they would get burned down from white folks, man. So research some of these towns. First, research Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is an easy one here, right? Black Wall Street. Check it out. Tony said they already know the answer to the question that they asked. They just hateful and ignorant. Frank said the parties did a major switch. My man, Frank, hey, y'all clap Frank up. Frank Meekin said the parties did a major switch after the Dixie Democrats. We gonna clap him up. That's why I told y'all Google. I'm gonna be here, y'all Google and prove me wrong. Thank you, Frank, for sharing the truth, man. Remember when Ronald Reagan's system-free phone service? Remember when Ronald Reagan's system-free phone service? Help me out with that. They think that Obama phones, yeah, right. Yeah, right. I know what you're saying when Obama gave them assistance phones and Reagan back then. Thank you for sharing that. So what most people don't write their speeches. What point are you trying to make? Good point, Tony. A lot of people don't write their speeches, but whoever write people's speeches, you got to know that person's heart. So you got to be close. You ain't just writing anything for them to speak. So even if somebody else write their speech, like Trump got scripts too. And that's why they say it don't go left until he put the paper down and he just start talking. That's when it go crazy, and you start saying a lot of crazy things. But most people do get their speeches written. Not that he can't speak, but just from memory. You don't want to go up there and forget some of the stuff you're trying to say. What have Democrats ever done for black people besides slaves? Listen, Eric, forget Democrats, man. America haven't done all that needs to be done for black people, man. But the thing is, some of y'all will say Democrat or Republicans, but some of y'all don't support any good for African Americans. Y'all appointed one party or the next, but y'all yourselves won't support anything that y'all think. That's why everybody against DEI, because y'all thought DEI meant black people. When in all actuality, it was white women that benefited. White men who benefited from that. Disabled people benefited from that. Latinos, black people was like 5th or 6th on the line. So y'all talk that good stuff, but what have they done? No, what have you done? Have you supported, have you voted for anything that you think will benefit African Americans? Dr. J said, I got kicked off for a minute. Welcome back, Dr. J, appreciate you. Tony said, it's too old, he's too ignorant, and he doesn't know he's a failed businessman. And yes, Trump is. He filed bankruptcy several times, but one thing he did accomplish was putting a spell on MAGA. He put a spell on MAGA and the Republicans. MAGA took over the Republican Party because some of the stuff Republican Party used to stand up for, people like John McCain, Ronald Reagan, a lot of that stuff is over with now. You thought they wasn't playing fair then. Probably the last of the real Republicans might have been Bush, the son Bush. Tony said, see that, a stupidity? They just switch parties. It's all still the KKK. That's the end of it, people. And I schooled them on that, and it's sad a lot of them didn't even know that. You supporting something you don't research the origin of it? Nathan said, I think if he was voted in again, he should have a second term due to what corruption happens in your country. Think if this is a second term, but I know what you're saying. He's saying he should get another term. Okay. They said, what Democrat helped? See how you still, it's like, no matter how much I say, you can't get it out of your mind and say Democrat and Republican. I know you operating like a robot under Trump. Take off that Democrat and Republican for just 1 minute. Just do the billionaires, which is Trump and them, and the American citizens, man, because that's what it is. All the plans, like all the golf course plans, he ain't got nothing for MAGA. What's the plan? What's executive order have he done for you, man? And you steady with all your comments, Eric, you keep saying, what have Democrats done? Man, that's crazy. Okay, Andrew said the party switching is based on interpretation, making subjective what the party is doing. Now to save U.S. matters the most. Okay, I'm gonna just say it one more time. It's common sense that the party switched because Democrats started as the conservative group. Your ideology is what makes the party, not the name. It's the ideology of the party. So when they started, the ideology was conservative. So research everything that conservative mean. That's dumb. The Republicans started as liberal. Research everything liberal mean, and that was dumb. So they did switch, man. The ideology, the concept, what they're doing, what they fight for, switch. Even though they still all the same. But anyway. Let me see. Deji said, you need Jesus, Mark. Thank you. Pray for me then. It said their hate was stronger than their common sense. James said their hate was stronger than their common sense. Andrew said, what does the leader have the ability to do if that's the case? The leader can manipulate y'all. You know what Jim Jones did? He got them people to drink that syrup. Jim Jones convinced all them people to drink that syrup, and they was committing suicide, didn't even know it. But let's drink some of this good water. Let's drink that right now. Don't drink that Trump juice, please, man. So Deji said, I need prayer. Deji said, I need prayer. Tony said, they didn't vote for righteousness. They voted for white supremacy in America. Right. That's why that MAGA meme, make America white again. You just got to change the letters. Independent don't see any party benefits me right now. I voted against people like Trump. Thank you. That's a fact. And we got to learn to be independent thinkers. I think independent, I don't even say independent as a party, but just being independent, period. That's how we should be. Thanks, Tina, for sharing that. Andrew said, the white South Africans have been here for 10 to 15 generations since before the Constitution was written. So how are they not African native at this point? Okay. So you just overlooking the fact that the land was stolen, right? You just bypassing that. You forgot that. You didn't mean it. You just forgot that part. If you steal land and they catch you 100 years later, it don't matter when they catch you, it's still stolen land. So you can say native all you want. The land was stolen. Antonio said, Eric Rush, what did Republicans do for black people? Great question. Eric said, Obama wasn't 100% black. y'all funny people, man. Y'all want to say who black and who not. Nefertiti wasn't black. The Egyptians weren't black. Y'all think y'all got a monopoly on saying who black and who not. Kamala Harris ain't black. Y'all some funny dudes, man. Tina said, Tim said, appreciate your value. I'm going to subscribe. Thanks. I appreciate you. I put my heart and soul in this, man. But y'all got to hit up the likes, man, and show appreciation and let YouTube know, man, that this is a good channel. That what we got going on here is a good thing. Eric said, civil rights movement. So you crediting civil rights movement to the Democratic Party, right? Even though they both the same, because they both allowed a lot of stuff to happen to black people. You can't give no credit for civil rights to white folks. I mean, not white folks, but to Republican Party. Dr. Say said, like and share the video to support, like and share. Eric Rush said, free black people from slavery. That still, again, will have to still go with the Democratic Party, man. The Republican Party, as you know it today, those conservatives did not want to free no slaves, man. That's why I'm telling you about the switch. But it's like your brain is still stuck. I told you to look up YouTube, man. I'm here right now for you to prove me wrong, but you can't do it. I have looked it up, man. How have you not read the 4 times I typed? So why you keep saying the same thing? If you looked it up, then you know. The guy who said the Republicans are trying to save American culture is a D lie. Exactly. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand. They see all the Trump doing it, but I guess they got their blinds on. I can't see. Well, open your eyes, man. Oh, I didn't know. And Andrew, I know you're trying hard, man. Stop with this BS, man. You come with all this nonsense, and I'm putting facts in your face, and you coming with the bull. Tony said Trump and lean away from democracy. He's pissing on democracy. Trump don't care nothing about democracy. He don't care nothing about the Constitution. He don't care about the U.S. Supreme Court. But y'all still support this man. Let that would have been a black person. Y'all would have been trying to bum rush the Capitol like y'all did when after Trump lost last time. And you said no one knows that. Tony said, Andrew knows it. Eric said, we stand by President Trump just like you stand with Planned Parenthood killing innocent black babies. Okay, Eric, my man, I'm gonna hit you with this. Y'all so much pro-life and we love people, which is a bold-faced lie. Bring Kilmar Garcia back to this country, man. That man got a wife and kids here. Y'all so hypocritical. We love the babies. We love, but you disrespect this man and send him out, and then Trump bring 59 white folks over here as refugees. Stop with the lies. Y'all hypocritical, man. And it's obvious. Tony said black people suffer the most in America than anyone else. And that's a fact. How many white cities were burned down by black people? None. I can tell you none. But when you deal with the facts, it's 50 plus. Some say 100, but it's 50 at least black cities, man, have been burned down. Tony said affirmative action, help white women. Exactly. Thomas Edison was the biggest thief of the invention ever copyright. Everything that black people did, man, been a lot of atrocities. Okay, Aris Antonio, Democrats never did a thing for black people. Listen, man, you keep talking Democrat and Republicans. I'm trying to teach you to get out this cult. Start thinking independent. You can still believe whatever, follow what you follow, but get out that cult. Everything you saying is Democrat, Republican. Instead of dealing with the issues and how Trump is violating continually right in your face. Andrew said, we're not a democracy, we're a republic. Because they try to throw it. Man, Tony said Trump's cabinet is nothing but DEI itself. They the worst DEI. They worse than DEI. They can't even, they on Facebook talking about war plans on an app that you and I can download called Signal. They the worst DEI. The Surgeon General ain't even certified. But you don't hear a word from none of them. None of them say a word. Dr. J said, way to go, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Tony said, it's all about white supremacy. That's it, plain and simple. Okay, they don't want to check it out because they know the answer to the question. They know what they did or the forefathers did. I'm sorry. Yeah. Andrew said blacks were better before Civil Rights Act. I'm going to skip over that, man, because the more you talk, the more you identify yourself. Tony said, who did the Klan vote for? They voted for Trump. They big supporters of Trump. These people are so ignorant, they call the Obama insurance for black people, with white people are the main people on it. Listen, man, they was like, we don't want Obamacare, but we'll take Affordable Care Act, because they didn't know it was the same thing. It's the same thing. You had people was on there like, I don't want Obamacare. It's a black man. But you can give me the Affordable Care Act. I think Trump or somebody started calling it Obamacare. It might have been Trump, but that's what it is. It's the Affordable Care Act. But some of y'all don't even do no research. Y'all didn't even know the difference. Let's drink before we get hydrated. Tony said on top of that, Trump's wife tried to copy off Michelle Obama. These people are stupid. Okay. Eric, okay. Why President Obama, not Joe Biden, ever helped black people? Okay. Tony said, oh man, you talking to white folks and keep jumping on that old 1930. You're talking to the same group of people that you know that they are white. Yeah. The same people that would support a guy that does a Hitler sign. They ain't had no problem with him doing a Hitler sign. Anything that black people do, we got to go through hell and hot water, beg for forgiveness. They did Kyrie Irving for posting something. This man did the salute and they was all right with it. She said, Diddy is evil, hands down. Hey man, make sure y'all vote on that. Get your last chance to vote. Vote on that, man. Let me know what the deal is. Vote on the dad. Do you agree with Rodney Hinton when he killed the officer? Vote on that. Let me hear y'all votes. Antonio said the Obama administration invested over $4 billion in HBCUs during his time in office. They ain't gonna talk about that. Apprentice, Eric Rush, the Republican obstructed every single Obama proposal. Now ask yourself, why is Donald Trump talking about giving reparations to families of the people who he pardoned for January 6th? But Anything he do gonna be okay with them. Thank you, Apprentice Gooden. Thank you. Tony said that means if he can run for a third term, that means Obama and everybody can come back. Yeah, that would be another. That's why they don't want to do the third term, because they know Obama would still be able to run as well. Hey, Eric, you keep just saying the same thing. Tony said they know who, they know what Democrats have now. Okay. Without billionaire, the USA would be screwed. That's what Andrew say. Okay, but without the work in America, the billionaires wouldn't be billionaires. They making billions, but don't want to even pay minimum wage. But you praising a billionaire. They is real African American. I don't even know what you're saying. James said, stolen just like here in the good old USA. Stolen land. But they're okay with that kind of stuff. Eric, what's a real African American? That was my question too, man. What is a real African American, Eric? Andrew's still back on the thing. Said, you're wrong. Even if they did switch and the Republicans were liberals, I'd have been against liberal back then too. Right, they switched. Conservatives our way of life. I don't know why liberals, we patronize. Okay. See, you supporting the party and the man, really. Antonio said, first Tony said, every black people fought in the Civil War as they will. Well, they have regiments of black people. Yeah, they fought in the Civil War, most definite. We fought in so many wars that they come back home and still gets treated bad. Antonio said, Eric Rush, the Republican Party formed in 1854, was primarily united in its opposition to the expansion of slavery into the U.S. territories. They didn't necessarily advocate for the immediate abolition. Yeah. Listen, man, make sure y'all vote on that. Let me make sure y'all vote on that video. Make sure y'all vote on that video. Vote on whether you think Rodney Hinton should have, let me see where it stands right now. It's deadlocked, man. I need more votes, man. They both 31%. We got a lot of votes, but we need some more votes, man. Vote on that, because right now there's some people that say they agree with him. Some people say they don't. Put your vote in. If you was a father of the cop, if you was a father of the son that a cop just killed, do you agree with what Rodney Hinton did when he killed the deputy? Go ahead and vote. I'm gonna give y'all some more time. Visual Dose said, no matter what, U.S. health is a joke. Here is 100% free. Thanks, Visual Doses, for saying that. Tony said, ha ha ha, same thing. GM said, I think securing the borders is the greatest help to all real black people in the U.S. How securing the border gonna help us? How that's gonna help black people? How? And don't say grabbing up Latinos and kidnapping them. How that's gonna help black people? How bringing in 59 white South Africans to this country gonna help black people? So go ahead with that, man. You just talking. Dr. J said, like and share the video. Listen, man, I thank y'all for the continued support. I thank y'all for the continued support, man. I've been on here a while, but I thank y'all for the continued support. Let me check the polls. The poll is deadlocked, man. Y'all need to go ahead and vote. Like the video, man. Like this video. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, because guess what? Here, you're going to get the real. You're going to get the real coming here. James Dixon said all over himself. Okay. Now, Fear said an African that happens to be an American. Most definite. Because that's what we are. Because if you see a Chinese man anywhere in the world, You're going to say, it don't matter if we live here, if he over in China. You're going to respect that man as a Chinese. GM, I don't know what you're saying, but anyway, the citizens want to entertain that idea. Eric said, Mark, I respect your show. You're correct. History is very important, but everybody got wrong history. Thank you, Eric Rush. Though I don't agree with that, but I respect that too. Eric said, Mark, I respect your show. You're correct. History is very important, but everybody got wrong history. GM said, people die, fool. Okay. To protect the integrity of never switching on your team. Okay. Tony said, hard place to be. First of all, with GMA, that statement, that was a white person making a dumb statement, that was stupid. Yeah. Tony said the border don't do anything for black community at all. We're not the ones afraid of them spewing that hate. Same thing they did with us. And it's all about divide and conquer, just like they wrote in that slave book, the Willie Lynch letter. They want to have all these divisions. The LGBTQ, the Latinos, the angry black man, all this division. And even amongst each set, they're going to have more divisions. They said create as many divisions as you can think of. And that's how they keep us, where we at. Eric Rush, your history is wrong. Antonio said it's wrong. Antonio said, your statement with all due respect. Okay. Dr. J said, and remember, Dr. J is a content creator. Make sure you check out her videos as well as her live. She do lives a couple times a day. Thank you, Dr. J. She said, like, share, and subscribe. That border was never an issue until white folks cry about. Okay. We are stronger together. James said, we're stronger together. That's why they want us in different neighborhoods. Oh yeah, that's a strong point, man. It's about being together. It's about unity. It's about love, man. That hate, we got to get rid of it, man, because that hate destroys all of us. But I've been on here for a minute, man. I want to thank y'all for the support. Tony said, whatever. Good morning. Hey, GM, man, I don't know what you're doing, man, but that's how you get kicked out. I ain't even going to address it because I'm about to peel out. If you have not done it, man, make sure you do that poll. Do you think that Rodney Hinton Jr. was justified? Do you agree with his actions when he killed the officer? It's an I myself as what? But thank y'all, man, for the continued support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I gotta go. It said, now you're talking about crypto, nobody's talking about no crypto. Yeah, he on here playing games, man. Usually I would kick him out, but I'm not even gonna worry about it because he's just coming. It said double tap the screen. Make sure you like and share this video and also subscribe to the channel. Man, y'all have been nothing but Houston, he killed a different cop. I understand that. We talked about that. You missed the show. I know he killed a cop, but he killed a cop. He like 1 for 1, and that's his mind. If you haven't taken the poll, Houston, go ahead and take the poll. Put you in there because it's deadlocked. We got to break up this tie. Do you agree with him killing? Go ahead, do the poll, man. Give y'all last opportunity to do the poll. Anybody got any last comment? Byron says, sup. I ain't the N word, but I'm a strong man. I guess you meant well. But watch that word, man. It said, no, Tony's talking facts. The border has never been a problem with the black community, and it hasn't. GM says, stay on, dude. I ain't hating on you. I appreciate you, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, man. Everybody who came through. Tony, you was on it today. Man, a lot of people. I don't want to miss nobody. Dr. J, everybody, man. We deadlocked far as the poll is deadlocked. There's a good day. Learn your history, not cherry. All right, man. I ain't gonna go. I schooled you, man, and you should be paying me, but that's okay. Nigerian baby. Okay. Listen, man, thank y'all for the continued support. Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the continued support. I appreciate that. I hope y'all have a good day. Make sure you stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Drink that good H2O. Tony said, good morning, just a babies. He's a simple nobody. Cares. He a keyboard warrior. That's what he is. But I'm about to go. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, everybody that gave and supported. Drink that water one last time. Hope y'all have a good weekend. Until next time, man, y'all be safe. Peace.